What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today I am up $6,200. As always, I'm going to show you the P&L first. I'm trading here on my AMP live account at the bottom of the screen, and you guys can see I'm up $6,285. On screen, you can also see my executions for my two trades that I took today, and those are two setups that we are going to be talking about. So without further ado, let's get into it. For those of you guys that don't know who I am, my name is Ivan. I trade the NASDAQ every single day. I also trade the S&P. I've been doing this for about 3 years, the NASDAQ. Before that, I was trading options for about 2 years, so I do have a lot of market experience. I've been doing this since before I was in high school. I graduated high school class of 24, and now I am here. I graduated high school a year ago. I just moved out to Miami, and now I'm living in the heart of Miami here in Brickell. And I've been able to make day trading my main source of income, and I've been able to live off of it for the past 2 years consistently. So I'm here to show you guys that it is completely possible. A year ago, I was making 20K a month, and now I'm literally it's crazy. But that's enough yap. I'm going to talk about how I made $6,000 today, and let's get into it. Starting out, okay? I see that, as you guys know, I always get onto the charts at 8 o'clock. Here at 8 o'clock, I took a trade. I took a short and I lost on it. I lost $750 on this trade. It sucked, but hey, my stop loss is in play. I thought we were going to dump. The reasoning is always simple. The reasoning is I have true day open right here, and I thought that we were going to fall to true day open right from 8 o'clock. The way I like to look at bias for beginners, if we are above true day open, you guys want to look for shorts. If we are below true day open, you want to look for longs. All right, because we're above true day open, you guys want to look for shorts. And you guys can see that later on here, the shorts did play out. But for these shorts, it didn't play out, and I had a few confluences here. We were bullish, we were just pumping up. We had a lot of low resistance liquidity that just needed to get taken, but it was too early. I also had a standard deviation here. I had -3. The way I got this standard deviation was over here in London. After London manipulated, I did try pulling this, but the problem with this leg was that it wasn't high enough. You can see that we just pushed right through it, right? So I did the best leg that I could. I even tried taking this leg, right? And you can see that it is not high enough. So what I had to do was I had to take this leg and I took it up to that high, right? Next, you guys can see that I got -4 at 175. That also lined up with this trade later, and that's how I was able to get this 174 entry after I saw it start to reject here. Market was about to open, and we had an SMT. If you guys want to check out the SMT, I'll show you right here at 918. Take a look at ES. You guys can see that ES never took out this high. You can see that it was kind of just trailing behind. And for that reason, I wanted to enter shorts there, and I entered with 2 minis. You can see my first initial entry was 2 minis. And after I entered that, I added another mini because I knew it was really going to fall. For those of you guys that know what order flow is, I trade with order flow, and I saw that there was a big whale, which is essentially a really big seller who comes in, a huge lot, a big position comes in for sells. And once I saw that, I added a mini, and this way I was able to make an extra $3,000. I'll have the clip on the screen play right now of me hitting take profit. You guys can see that my final take profit hit for $3,000. And that was the contract that I added right here. Because as you guys know, it uses FIFO, first in, first out. The first contract that you buy is the first contract that sells. So that's how it works. Because it was my last contract and this was the last contract I bought, this entire move made me $3,000, which is, yep, that's about right, 150 points. So that's where I entered. I even saw this inverse fair value gap happen, which you guys can joke on them, right? But they play out. And that's why I furthermore added that mini. And my take profits, once it started falling, obviously I was already break even here. Once it started falling, my first take profit I took off here at 0.90, just because we could have V-shaped here. Once we fell, we could have very easily just bottomed out and came right back up. I've seen it happen a lot. Because we're bullish, that is definitely something that could have happened. But I took off one there, then the next one kept running, and I took off this next one at true day open at 064. You guys can see that true day open, which is also midnight open, right here at 064.75 or 064.50. If you don't know how to get true day open, double click Asia and scroll down to opening prices and click true day open. If you don't have this indicator, it is called ICT kill zones plus pivots TFO. So true day open right there, that's the target, and that got hit right there. Now I was out of 2 contracts, and the last contract you guys can see I bottom ticked right there. I went for Asia low, and that ended up getting hit. And we had a level right below at 015, 25, 015, which ended up getting hit. And you could have taken longs out of this. And one of my students actually did take longs out of this. And it played out for a short retracement up into the 5-minute fair value gap. Then after that, you can see it came back down, made a new low, bottom ticked right here at 996. And then it started continuing up. And right now we are bullish because you take these 2 fibs, right? You take this low to this high, right? Remember, not to the high, but to the body. And then you've got -2. So this thing is probably going to extend up to -2, which is at 145, about 40 points away. But yeah, that's it for today. I made $6,200. Technically on this short, I made $7,000, but remember, I was down $700 here. And that's why my total P&L is just 6.3K. If you guys have any questions, you guys can always comment them down below. If you guys want to check out actually how the Discord did today, this is all from today. Crayon banked, but on 4 combines, but still beautiful bottom tick execution there. Doc absolutely banked. I haven't actually asked the people to send the gains from the chat, but this is from yesterday. Absolutely obliterated. Look at this, crazy. From the low to the high. This is with my indicator that the students get. If you guys want to check out how the indicator works, I actually post videos in the Discord now. Just join up. The link is in the bio, and the videos are available for everybody because I want everybody to be able to see how the indicator works before they obviously join the Discord and get access to it. So thank you, boys, for watching the video. I hope you learned something, and I will see you all in the next one. Don't blow your fundeds.